Jasper comes up to you, a slight crease in his brow.
Lady Fremy, there's been a small hiccup in the preparations for the self-introductions. Accordingly, they have been delayed, leaving us with some unexpected free time before you are due.
Your expression had me expecting your news to be dour, but extra time seems like an excellent thing to me.
Perhaps it is.
He still seems pensive, which leads you to wonder what is truly going on. In any case, you have enough to worry about. You aren't about to look at a gift of extra time to prepare or explore in the mouth.
Oh, yes!
Cunning! Cunning! Okay, you spend time reading novels about pirates and other cunning figures. Jasper made no further mention of whatever had delayed the self-introduction, but as he led you into the big open room with the makeshift podium and an audience made mostly of empty chairs, you could only assume it has been resolved.
Servants aren't allowed to stay in the main room, but I will be watching from the viewing room, and will come and collect you as soon as the event is finished.
He doesn't wish you good luck, although you can tell by his reassuring smile he hopes you do well. Then he leaves and you are alone. But not for long. Lady Azalyne soon joins you, watching as your contemporaries file in with a bemused smirk. Good evening, Lady Fremy. Do you think we shall be lucky tonight? I'm sorry? You are right. It's highly unlikely we will have any such luck. I imagine at least half the delegates are in love with the sound of their own voices. After our mysterious delay, I won't be surprised if we are stuck here listening to everyone's grand ambitions and fondness for fruit pudding until just before daybreak. Before you have the opportunity to respond to that, Grand Duke Woodley walks up to the pair of you, his eyes twinkling with a strange emotion you can't place, but a placid expression on his face.
Well, what do we have here but two early birds?
I hope you are implying that we are swans, Your Grace, not something like pigeons hopping to eat worms.
Do pigeons even eat worms?
You should know. It is your analogy.
I was implying you were tits.
Oh.
Blue tits.
Blue-footed boobies.
So what do you think, Lady Fremy? Are you swans or pigeons?
Why, I couldn't say, Your Grace. Quick thinking and interpersonal insight failure.
Oh no, we didn't get our quick thinking and interpersonal insight skiller.
Oh no.
I'm pleased to have run into you, Lady Fremy. How are you enjoying your stay at the Isle? Keeping busy? I swear we have not seen hide nor hair of you all week.
And again with the beastly analogies, Your Grace. Lady Fremy is a lady. You must think of her delicate feelings.
I wasn't aware of being female automatically cursing you with the delicate emotional constitutions. It's usually quite the reverse in my opinion, but you distract me, Lady Azalyne, and I will not allow it. Lady Fremy.
Oh god, I am enjoying my stay very well, and you, Your Grace? I am not inclined to answer the questions of someone who has insulted me via analogy not just once but twice. I am not the one with a reputation of avoiding the delegates, Your Grace. You are certain it is I that has been absent and not you? Why, Your Grace, I had no idea you cared. How touching.
Yo, 3 or 4 even.
Oh.
I kinda wanna burn him.
Yeah, let's burn him.
As in, insult him, not actually...
Oh, you want to actually insult him?
As in, I'm not the one with a reputation.
Okay, alright. Let's do that one then. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, he's smiling. The Grand Duke blinks and slowly smiles.
At the very least, I shall make sure not to have a reputation for avoiding you in the future, Lady Fremy.
Yeah, that's right. It is hard to feel entirely comfortable when wedged into a conversation between Grand Duke Woodley and Lady Azalyne, so when you realize that during your little chat most of the delegates have filed in and taken their seats, you feel a little bit of relief. Especially if, as Lady Azalyne fears, this evening is going to take a long time. You would really rather it get started. You are ushered to a free seat by a servant who keeps shooting the head butler nervous glances. After you and everyone else has been successfully seated, another servant comes around with a basket filled with rocks. Every delegate pulls one to find a number painted. You pull number 42, which means that you will be one of the last delegates to introduce yourself. You don't know which you would consider luckier, if no one is asleep by the time you go, or if they all are. Duke Lion had the distinction to pull number 1, but by the bitter expression on his face, you would think that he was being marched up to his execution, not an introduction.
I am Duke Lion of Jael.
After that abrupt announcement, the Duke promptly stalks off and plops back into his seat. Lady Azalyne leans... Yeah, I love Lion. Lady Azalyne leans over to whisper to you, her eyes twinkling with amusement. If all the introductions are like that, we might get out of here at a reasonable hour after all. They aren't all like that. Some of them are so long and boring that you have to pinch yourself to keep yourself awake. No such measures are necessary when Princess Anale stomps to the podium and grins. I am Anale of Skult, warrior of first ranking and happy to be here among all of these pretty peoples. If you do have so many rules and stuffiness. I plan on using the summit to battle for Lady Frammy's heart and bring her back to Skult with me.
At least she says it like it is.
Yep, I love her too. After that bold, I think it's supposed to be bold, not bald, pronouncement. Bald. Princess Anna grins wider and dances back to her seat. The poor delegate from Ireland that was forced to follow the princess's short speech forgot half her words and spent a miserable 5 minutes stuttering. It didn't help that Anna kept sending her winks and the Skults whistled at her blushes. The head butler cleared his throat disapprovingly, and the business of the introductions continued again with something better resembling propriety. Crown Prince Lysel gave a charming self-introduction as suited the perfect prince, but you think the smile he sent your way when he caught your eye was one of the few heartfelt moments of his speech. Aww. Princess Gisette was especially well decked out for the self-introductions, and gave her speech with perfect poise and a small smile painted on her face. She looks exactly the same as always. What do you mean she's decked out? Princess Penelope was chosen to follow Princess Gisette, and the fact made her look even more nervous than normal. She stuttered and flushed while introducing herself to the room. You catch her eye and smile reassuringly, and she breaks into such a brilliant, relieved smile she charms the room entirely incidentally.
She's lovely.
I do like her too. I like pretty much all of the characters in this. Heyman somehow manages to use his self-introduction to pull off some sleight of hand, and as he declares his purpose of coming to appreciate treasure, especially the kind that glitters, you realize he has managed to put a golden rose in your hair without anyone noticing. Prince Zarad uses self-introduction time to full effect, and by the end of his flirtatious speech he has stolen the hearts of most of the female occupants of the room, at least if their delighted sighs are any indication. To punctuate the end of his speech, he blows a kiss at you. You try to ignore the many envious glares immediately sent your way. Lord Claremont's introduction is short and self-effacing, but the way he smiles at his audience makes everyone feel pleasantly noticed and appreciated. You definitely feel noticed when your eyes meet and something like a charge passes between you. Lady Azalyne gave you a pointed smile as it was near her turn to go up, and somehow she managed to say a lot during her introduction without actually saying anything at all. Returning to her seat next to you, she gives you a nod. Well, that wasn't as hard as I was expecting. Certainly not as hard as some of our fellow delegates make it seem. If I start to doze off, make sure to wake me up before you go. I'm very curious to hear your introduction. Of course, Lady Azalyne doesn't look even a little bit tired and is watching and listening to all the introductions avidly. Needing to wake her up is probably out of the question. Earl Emmett makes the whole room laugh with his good-natured self-introduction, and he gives you a particularly warm grin as he bashfully shuffles back to his seat. You struggle to keep your expression serene and your eyes open. Most of the people you have gotten to know have already gone and now are forced to listen to dull introduction after dull introduction. You aren't the only one who is struggling. Prince Jared's expression grows darker and darker as his irritation grows. Finally, when the next delegate stands up to go, the prince grabs the rock out of his hand, shoves his second to last, one in exchange, and stomps irritably to the podium.
I cannot imagine that there's anyone here who doesn't know who I am. But we were told we had to introduce ourselves, and I've been informed there are no exceptions. I am the next King of Revere, here for the purpose of diplomacy.
The prince nods imperiously and walks back to his seat. Thankfully for the health of the red-in-the-face from outrage head butler, after Prince Jared, no one else did anything the least bit objectionable. Then, both after what felt like forever and no time at all, it was your turn. You stand up after the 41st person to go has gone and feel all eyes on you. You can practically see as the more appearance conscious of the delegates analyze your dress, your hair, your style, and appearance. You don't think you have met their standards. Beauty failure.
Rude. Look at our drawn-on eyes.
Hey, our eyes are better than theirs! God! Why is it only women? Where are the dudes?
They don't have faces or bodies.
The dudes turned into chicks. I get it, everybody's in a dress. Beautiful. You make your way to the podium and turn to face the tens of people staring back at you. You have neither the poise nor the courage to remain calm under this amount of pressure. You can feel your palms start to sweat and your voice shakes nervously. Poise and courage failure.
God damn it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lady Frammy from Heiss. Should you add anything further to your introduction? Yes, of course. Obviously. We definitely should.
Yeah.
Charm the crowd. We'll definitely be doing that. Influence the crowd to like you. Tell the crowd a relevant fact. Make the crowd laugh. Make yourself seem more human and vulnerable. Nothing else.
Definitely the top two.
Yeah, we can't make the crowd laugh.
No.
So let's start with charming the crowd. A few quick personal anecdotes, and the crowd is practically beaming at you. And let's influence them to like you. With some careful body language and an engaging manner, you can tell the crowd is responding to the way you want them to.
Now. What would relevant facts come under?
I'm not sure if that would be intelligence or history, but I'm assuming it would be intelligence. What is our intelligence at? Where is that? It's not great.
Manipulation as well is 55, I've just realised. I didn't know that was even a stat.
Yeah. Our intelligence isn't great.
No.
So I'd say we shouldn't risk that one. We can't make them laugh, but we can try to make ourselves seem more human.
Yeah, sure. Let me get back to it.
That didn't work. Oh well.
I'm not doing it! You do it.
You have to do it. Your attempts to make yourself appear more likable and human backfire and people start to give you disgusted looks.
She's not really a human! Get her!
Alright, let's leave this. Let's leave this now. Nothing else. I'm done. Satisfied that you have introduced yourself to your own satisfaction, you prepare to sit back down when you are interrupted by a question. Oh, don't sit down yet, Lady Frammy. You haven't told us about what you are hoping to achieve at the summit.
Oh, that bitch.
Enough people are looking at you with echoing curiosity that you have a feeling you won't be able to get out of answering. That doesn't mean you have to tell the truth, however. How do you answer? I hope to best serve my nation. I came to the Isle looking for love. I intend to find my future spouse. I hope to further the relationships between my nation and the other nations. I intend to follow the path that grants me the best future. I wish to help create history. My only ambition is to witness as history is made. In these difficult times, I hope to follow in Katsia's footsteps.
Love?
We could do love. You want to do love?
I don't know. I'm all about love. Are you not love?
I love love. I couldn't decide between the love one or the history ones.
Yeah, we do love history as well.
Yeah, that is love. Of history.
Love history.
Love history.
But do you love history?
I don't know if I love history.
Are you attracted to history?
Some parts.
You don't have to tell me which parts. That's too dirty.
Oh. I'll keep that to myself then. So yeah, I don't know. I guess love is good though. We can do love.
Love?
Love. I came to the Isle looking for love. Are you lying? No, that is really my ambition. Or are we? You don't think I would tell the truth to everyone, do you?
We're not very manipulative, though.
Yeah, we are. We have 55.
Shh.
Nah, that's really my
I just
ambition. Let's really fall in love with Anna.
Yes!
Yeah.
I'm very up for that plan.
Beauty. All right. You pause after your answer, waiting to see if anyone else is going to surprise you with a question. When they do not, you start to walk back to your seat. Even though you were put on the spot, you managed your answer and really your self-introduction at large with a great deal of eloquence. The good part about being one of the last of the delegates to go is that you don't have to wait long before the evening is over and you can finally escape to your room and your welcoming bed. As you lie in bed attempting to fall asleep, you think about your second major challenge since you arrived at the summit and how you think you did. You feel fairly confident in your performance. Challenge great success!
Oh yeah!
Yeah!
A charming introduction.
Heck yes. Still thinking about it further will only ensure you manage to get no sleep at all. So you put it from your mind and drift off into sleep with the final waking thought that you have finished your first week at the summit. Congratulations on finishing your first week on Vale Isle. It's been a very busy week with many things happening. Like meeting the matchmaker. That's right, exactly. It's unfortunate, but you don't think there's anything that you could have done to make her like you any better. By the way, how do you feel about that?
Who's talking?
Narrator. God. Just Jasper staring over you.
Hey girl, what's up with you?
Okay, so are we determined to do better to prove her wrong? Furious that old biddy kept insulting me. It was kind of funny, actually. I'll tell you in 2 weeks after I've met her again. Anything but that second one, I think.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Either the top one or the third one. Because we're a pirate, it could be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how dare she insult a captain?
But we don't have any leadership skills. We're a very poor captain.
This is true. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, let's go with funny. It's good that you can find the bright side. And you have met many different people. Yes, so many that sometimes I can't keep track of them all and forget who is who. Thankfully you have been taking notes in your journal. That should help with that. Oh good, at least we had that foresight. Of all the people that you have met here on the Isle, has any of them struck your fancy? I'm not telling! Just one. I'm ready to build a harem. Yes! Let's just go with that. I don't even need to read the rest of them.
We
Harem!
didn't say we were going to love one person.
Yep. It's just love. Not spouse, just love. As much as I admire your enthusiasm, considering the political nature of the summit, I don't think that will go the way you hope. Well, probably
why not? If every one of the other nations was in love with us, we become an empress.
Oh.
And rule
I
them
like
all.
this! Yes! I love it. Alright. Still, it's only been 1 week. You still have 6 more to go, and if your first was any indication, you are in for quite the time. Are you feeling prepared to face all of the challenges ahead of you? I'm more nervous than Nelly. Bring it on. I'm not ready yet, but I'm going to keep working until I am. Who cares? Things will happen if they are meant to happen. How prepared I am doesn't matter.
I don't like that last one because that's just depending on fate. We make our own fate.
I kind of like, bring it on!
Yeah. I clicked it.
Yeah. I admire your spirit. I hope your skills live up to it. While I have your attention, I should warn you, you slip into a proper deep sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, you have forgotten all about your strange dream.